Hi and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. I'm Jessica, aka Naturally Nitty, and this is episode 173.
And I'm Alina, also known as Starnits. This is our weekly podcast when we don't have computer problems. If this is your first time watching, welcome. If you're a returning listener, thanks for coming back.
Yep. So grab your knitting, pull up a chair, and craft along with us. Mojo.
Yeah, no, I don't have any.
I do. I made this giraffe, Rolly. It's from Susan Claudine Designs, I think. No Knit Sherlock on, I think, Instagram and Ravelry. Anyways, I think he's super cute. I love her patterns. Like, you knit the arms and legs first and then attach them as you go. And it's like all one piece and stuff as you go. It's like super simple.
That's cool.
No seaming. You have to attach the ears and the little antenna and the mouthpiece, but like basically that's it.
Are those really antenna on? I thought they were horns.
They're horns, whatever. I'm just calling them antenna. I don't know why.
Just asking, like, anyone know about giraffes?
Oh, okay. But he's got a cute little tail too.
Super cute.
But yeah, so I did this on size 3s with sock yarn held double. There's just some leftover stuff that I had. But yeah, I think he's super cute. And I kind of just knit him for myself, even though Chloe keeps asking about him. And I, like, totally avoid her questions because I don't want to give him away.
Have you seen that Chewbacca mom?
Yes, that is the cutest video ever. She's so funny.
He got one of those, and he was like, "Why didn't I video it?" It went on clearance for $3.
That's awesome.
He has it sitting by our bed, so when you wake up, there's like Chewbacca staring at you. But anyways, that video is hilarious. Like, yeah. But like, she was like, "This is for me. Like, I'll let my kids play with it, but it's on my shelf."
That's in my room. That kind of is how I totally feel about this.
It's fine because whatever.
Well, then Leah, she's like, "Can you make me one?" Or both of them keep asking for things. I'm like, "Do you know how many stuffed animals you have, and how many I've actually made for you, and that you don't care about?" Like, no, I'm sorry.
How many are like sitting on your bed right now?
Yeah, or down in the basement.
Like, I don't think there's room in her bed for her. It's just all her stuffed animals.
Right. Anyway, so that's all the Mojo knitting-wise I have.
That's good, Mojo, because I didn't have any.
And, any whips? I have nothing.
My broom was accepted or approved. I haven't started it yet, obviously, because it's not time. I think today might be the last day.
Wasn't it the 29th?
I think today's the last day to submit, today or tomorrow.
Oh, I should look into that quick.
So here is my other work in progress. My hand-spun socks.
Here, huh?
I am not increasing for the toe anymore. I'm actually just knitting. So it's going good. But that's all that I'm working on.
Sweet. Moving on to spinning. I'm currently spinning. You spin me right round. I started... Oh, this might be crinkly. I started my second 2-ounce balls of... or Rolex on this mini spindle. Ugh. My computer keeps freezing up. I apologize for the crinkling. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can. The picture's all frozen. Hopefully it'll stop in a second. Anyway, so I've been spinning these. I started them way back in January when we went on our trip to Colorado. So it's definitely going to be a detention project, but that's okay. I probably won't even finish it this month. It's just my take-long spinning project. I see you. I'm sorry, listeners, watchers. Anyways, so there's the finished turtle and the new one started. Which it's crazy to think that was on there.
That is crazy.
Oh, I just froze up. Oh no, there you go. So yeah. And then I don't know if I ever showed this off. I got this a while back. I bought this.
Oh, that's cute.
Um,
You did not show it because I don't remember.
No, it was months ago when I got it. But the girl who runs the it was Spin 15 and 15 last year was like the so you would spin every day, 15 minutes a day. It was like a challenge for 2015. She changed it to spin 15 a day, and then she has like a little screen printing thing. But I just thought it was cute, so I got that.
Oh, cute.
Okay. Let me wrap that real quick. I also finished a bunch of spins. I have this one.
Oh, that's really pretty.
It's greens, a little bit of grayish. It's Corgi Hill Farms, Paul Worth and Silk. I got 502 yards in an M-ply. I really think that bit of silk really helps spin super thin.
How many ounces?
5. So not 4 like normally is. Corgi Hill Farms usually comes in 5-ounce braids.
That's nice.
Yeah. I also finished for Mother's Day. I don't think I showed off the braids. I think I talked about ordering it. So they had a sale, and I got from 3 Waters Farm 3 different braids. But I took 2 of them, and I made a mashup.
I like mashups.
Yes. So that was really fun to do. And that one, so this is 8 ounces, but I got 1,080 yards out of it.
That's a lot of yards. For what, 8 ounces?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
So, yeah, well, that's about 500. It's yeah, for 4 ounces.
That's still really good.
Yeah. It's a thicker lace. It's not like lace weight, or it's like a really thin sock yarn. But it's kind of airy and stuff. I wanted to see, or maybe someone has some suggestions. I don't think I can make like a full sweater, but I was thinking like an airy, maybe like a 3/4 length, or even like a shorter sleeve type of cardigan or something. I don't know. I think that would be kind of fun. But yeah, so I have that, and hold on, sorry, True Bee's talking to me. What? Okay. I also have.
So this is the second time we've recorded.
I know we recorded and it totally failed.
So everyone's home.
Yeah. So I apologize for my children if they come in. Just be quiet, Truby, okay? I spun up a bunch of Rolags on my standard size Turkish spindle, so it's a little bigger. And I just did it randomly, and then I applied the two together on my wheel. And this is the outcome of it, and I really like it. It's fun stuff. It reminds me of a zebra and a unicorn.
It reminds me of like unicorn hair.
That's what you said. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, so it was fun, and it's soft and more like worsted weight-ish. I got 491 yards out of this, and I didn't weigh it. I think it's about 6 ounces.
And that was just samples, right?
Well, not samples, but like...
Not samples, but like you were sampling stuff you'd made.
Right, yeah. Like I'll make a bunch, and then I'll package them up, and I usually have a few left over, you know, because I package them up per 2 ounces. And I, you know, just have some left over. And I wanted to try out, like, I had some new Sorry Silk. Here, let me get closer. It's hard to see. Let's see. I don't know if you can see. There's like...
Yeah.
I just wanted to see how it spun up, because that's not something I always had in it. I mean, it's basically like pieces of thread. Like, I don't know if you can see it along in there.
So what did you think of the Sorry Silk?
It kind of sticks out a bit, but it's fun. It's not like too... I'm not way big on art yarn, like the really crazy stuff. Like, I really don't know how you would use that too much in your knitwear. I know some people like it. There's, whatever, to each their own. But
It's like a tweedy look.
yeah, basically it adds just a little bit, and it's not too offensive or whatever. But no, I like it. It was fun. I think plying it secures it a little more in there. But no, it was fun. So like, if you want some art yarn, and it's not bad. But yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. Well, I finished my oops, I totally just dropped all this stuff. Okay. So I finished my last week, or 2 weeks ago, I think I talked about that 3-ply that I was doing.
Yeah.
I shop, and I had some left over, so I ended up with a 2-ply too. But I ended up with a 2-ply with that too. So after I finished those, at the beginning of the month, I started spinning these fibery tribbles by Gourmet Stash. And it was I had 2 of them because I bought them a couple of years ago at Homespun when she was there. Mm-hmm. And I got 310 yards of a 2-ply. It's probably like worsted Aran weight.
It's pretty.
It said 11 wraps per inch, but it's not. It's fluffier than that. And there's like all kind. I threw away the thing that told me what was in it. So there's like sparkly stuff, shimmery stuff.
Angelina Firestar.
Yeah, no, I think there's Angelina. I think there's silk in there. Faux cashmere maybe. So yeah, but it's really pretty, and it's like black and green and silver. And I took better pictures of it just this morning. So I'm going to turn it in for one of the classes. The one with the green. Because it's green.
I think that's Charms. Because that's where I'm turning my green one into.
So that's what I got. Then I had 2 weeks ago. I had 3 weeks ago now. Because it's Saturday. So I had a Jamboree event, and I was like, I think it's going to be a little slow. It was at the Girls Festival, and so I was like, well, I will just bring my spinning wheel, because if anything, people will come over because you're doing weird stuff. So I brought my wheel, and I started the loop bat that I got from Bella Socks on Instagram. She has a D-stash. And I had just started it, a couple Saturdays ago. I think I'm going to do an end ply, but now I'm on the, like, dark green. I have maybe, like, 2 colors left, and my bottom's really full. And it's, like, 5 or so ounces. So here's the bat. The color is called Hot House Flower. Oh, it's 5.6 ounces, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to fit the whole thing on my wheel, but like, as you can see, I'm down to like the last 3 colors. Yeah. And I'm just spinning it, and then I took it last weekend to the Waynesburg Fleece Sheep and Fiber Show, and even there at a fiber event, people were like staring. They at least knew what I was doing.
A wheel always draws attention, I will tell you that.
They were like, oh, how do you do that? How do you get it so thin? And I'm like, well, I have been spinning for like maybe 6 or 7 years now. so it takes practice. But, like, seriously, I had people, like, just staring. But I will say, if you are at an event, because this happened at the Jamboree one, and actually at the Sheep and Fiber, it was better, because people were like, don't touch that. If you have kids, and you see someone spinning on a wheel, or something's just sitting there, don't let them run over and play with it. I'm sorry, but like I don't mind like telling you how it goes or how it works and showing your child, but I do kind of mind when they come over and spin the wheel because it messes up my spinning.
I think that's kind of common courtesy.
Yeah, like I wouldn't have let my kids run over and press go on your whatever you're working. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I even had a kid. I was like actively spinning, and this little kid, he was like 3, maybe 4, which I understand it's hard to keep track of them, but the dad just let him run over, and he like stuck his finger in the whirl as I was spinning. And I was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Because it hurts.
It does. Those things are dangerous.
And this Sonata has like super pointy hooks.
The hooks. Did he get it? Did it like bleed or anything?
Oh. I was like, are you okay? Like, you don't stick your finger in something that's moving. Just don't put your fingers on the stove. I'm sorry. But I was just like, are you okay? I felt really bad. But at the same time, I was like, maybe you should hold your child's hand in or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I felt bad, but at the same time I was like, seriously? But because then the dad didn't like say anything. He just looked at me like it was my fault. And I was like, yeah, no. But anyways, that's me being a cranky person right now. So yeah. But I think most of the people who are watching our podcast would keep their children from touching a wheel or something else. Like, because even when we go places with the girls, I'm like,
hands to yourself.
Right. I'm like, we look with our eyes, not with our hands.
I always make mine. I'm going to put your hands in your pockets.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's like, I don't have pockets. I'm like, well, put them where they're supposed to be. Pretend you have pockets.
Put them under your armpits. Okay, anyway, so that's enough of me going off on that. But I mean, like, I felt bad, but at the same time I was like,
not everyone's perfect, but yeah.
Yeah.
Control your kids. So, moving on. Sewing. You've been doing a lot?
Yeah, like I said, I had a show last weekend. I finished up my special orders list. Like, I have no special orders right now, which is really nice. And I have, like, if you can see over here, if it's not cut off, I have, like, a crate of bags that I photographed, and I have to do an update.
Woo-hoo.
So, since I had to cancel my show for next month, I'm going to try to do an update, like, every week or so. So, yeah.
Cool.
But that's, it.
That's okay. I have no sewing.
Okay. Binging.
I think last time we podcasted, when it actually recorded, I had said I was listening through the Mercy Thompson, Alpha and Omega, all those books like you had, because you totally tempted me into doing that. And I finished that a while ago. Then I couldn't decide on what I wanted to listen to. I didn't want to get into a new series. So I decided that it had been forever since I listened to Harry Potter. I used to listen to the whole series every year or so, just to know, keep it fresh. And it's just a good series. Obviously, we all love Harry Potter. So that's what I'm doing. And currently, I am on the Half-Blood Prince. So I've gotten pretty far. And it's just so fun to, reread those. I'm not sure if I'm learning anything new, but, it's been so long that you kind of forget exactly how they go. So it's been good. And fun.
when I reread those, like, depending on my mood, I pick up different things, if that makes sense. Like,
that does.
Stories knew they were there, but I see them in, like, a different light, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, because when I first read it, I really didn't like Draco because he was just a little punk. And then
he still is kind of a punk.
Well, he is a punk. But the next time I read it, I was like, you know, he's kind of jealous of Harry
being all popular.
And,
and also kind of just being how he's raised. I mean, which is kind of how it is to everyone. If you have, like, if you're raised in a horrible, evil atmosphere, you're going to grow up that way, you know? I mean, you can totally turn against it, but that's what you're expected.
Raised to be prejudiced, so that's why he was like that.
Yeah. But no, so I'm just at the beginning. Or not the beginning. Well, yeah, still in the beginning, like the first couple days of school. But no, good stuff.
That's cool. I finished the book Splintered. It's like an alternative type of Alice in Wonderland.
Cool.
It was good, except for I kind of like women roles, girls or women. It was a teenager book, young adult, and I kind of like stronger women. And I had issues with the way the boy she was so in love with treated her, because just because he's cute doesn't mean he can get away with treating someone like,
no.
Like he would treat her like she wasn't capable of doing whatever. And I'm like, she's totally capable, obviously, you know, stuff like that. It just bugged me. But I did like it. I liked the underworld characters better than that. Then, you know, it was just a nice twist on the story. So, I have the hold on the second book, so I'm waiting for that. I'm not sure if I'll listen to it, but I probably will. You know. And then I finished a book called Kiss of Midnight. It was an adult romantic fantasy book. It was okay. I don't know. I didn't like it all that much. Like, the storyline was interesting, but also there was stuff in there, like the way the guy treated her was just, yeah. So I finished all of my Mercy Jackson and all those Patricia Brigg books.
Mercy Jackson?
Thompson and all those Patricia Briggs books. And so I'm kind of in like a show, like, you know, you watch the commercials for Netflix and you're in a show hole. I'm in a book hold, like a book hole. Because I have I started this other book called Kitty in the Midnight Hour, which sounded really cool and promising, but I was reading it, and she's like a werewolf, but she's like weak and not cool. And I just don't like it. And then I'm currently reading this book called Minion, and she's like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer type. And it's okay. I'm not sure if I like it yet. Like, I'm not attached to the characters, and I think I'm about a third of the way in.
That's when I would like take it to the curb. Like, if you can't get attached to things and into it, I'm like, meh.
I think I might switch to another book, because I did get another book from the library. Like, I just got a notification. Like, I don't know, a lot of people have told me to read the books, by Tamora Pierce. The first, what's the first? It's about Alana or something like that. And I read her Terrier, which was like a prequel to this series, kind of like their ancestors. And I really liked it. And I got like the second book of that. So I'm going to
What are they called? Do you remember?
Oh,
you don't.
Terrier, Bloodhound, and Mastiff is the series I read, the first one. And then there's another one called something Alana. But it's like a girl disguises herself as a guy and becomes like a knight, and it's like unheard of type of thing. So I think I might like that series. Cool. But it also is a young adult, and I'm not sure if I can deal with young adult stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah. But that's what I'm doing with reading. Like, I need to find more books.
Cool.
Like, switch to books. Like, I did also get the book, Witches of East End, which is a Lifetime TV show that I actually kind of like. It's kind of dark and weird.
I think I've seen the first two seasons. I forget.
There's only 2 seasons on Netflix, and I've watched them.
Yeah.
And I liked them.
They were good.
So I got the book, and it's by Melissa De La Cruz, who also wrote the book Isle of the Lost, which is what the movie Descendants was made after. So we had got that book for Bella at the last book fair they had at the school. And I started reading it, but I was just like, I don't really care. I've seen this movie way too many times. I don't care to read this book. So, yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that movie quite a bit. Chloe's a little obsessed. So much so that those songs get stuck in my head, like, out of the middle of nowhere. It's not even funny.
Yeah. Those kind of books, any musical, the girls love. Like, I always get High School Musical stuck in my head. The We're All in This Together. Or Get Your Head in the Game. So, yeah. And you're welcome, everyone, for those earworms.
I just, like, totally, like, started singing it.
So, yeah. So, binge watching. We're still doing Heartland as a family, girls and me. Andy kind of checks out or leaves because I don't think he cares. But I'm not allowed to watch them by myself now because the girls really like them. Like Madison, obsessed.
That's good.
It's the whole horse. Every girl wants their
I
own.
think now that you said that, I think I might show it to the girls and let them and start watching it with them because I think they would really like it. Chloe actually started reading. She got a book from our neighbors. They've been like giving us stuff. It's an older couple, so like every now and then they like give them a stack of like stuff. But anyways, a lot of times it has books in it. And Heartland was one of it. So I don't know if it was.
Might because on in the credits it says based on book by so and so.
So there's a couple of them because in the back of her book it's like there's like a snippet for like the third book or something too. Like so, I don't know how many books there are, but I was like, oh, that's cool. So I got excited. I'm like, there's a show about this.
They would probably really like it, and it's like pretty clean watching. Like we talked about. I was telling Andy the other day, I'm like, I want to introduce Madison to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So the other day, Andy and Bella were at the school for Bella's guitar lessons. And so I had showed Madison the first episode. And she was like, they talk kind of weird. And they dress kind of funny. And I was like, well, it wasn't the 90s. But she did like it. She just thought it was funny. She thought Xander was funny. She's like, everyone's named Xander now. And I was like, this is what started
That is why. Him right there.
But it was really funny.
I love that show. That one is one I should watch again.
Yeah. So, yeah. But then I started watching One Tree Hill, and because you told me it jumps ahead. So I was like, I can make it through one season maybe.
No, it takes like a bunch of seasons till it jumps.
I realized that, and so I've stopped watching because I can't handle it. It's so much drama. It's not even funny.
It's a lot of drama.
Yeah. I've been binge watching Daredevil. I totally binge watched Scream, which is on Netflix now. It's an MTV TV show. It's like the movie, only a TV show.
Do you like it?
Oh, like binge watch major. Like I was like, oh my gosh, it was really.
I remember watching that in 8th grade. The movie, not the show. Okay, so I've been watching The 100. I have the 3rd season of that on the DVR. And our DVR has gotten really full because we set the recordings on like the HD channels, so it takes up more space. So I should really like go and change that. But then it's like, do you want to watch it crappy or do you want to watch it nicely? So I don't know.
How crappy is it though?
I really don't know. It's probably not that bad. So I should really go reset the recordings, but I'm lazy and I don't. I just need to watch the shows that have on there, which I'm doing. So I'm I'm not all the way through the season, but I'm through a good part of it, and it's gotten pretty good. Sort of.
I'm on the first season, I think, of that on Netflix.
Do they have 2 seasons on there though?
I think so.
It's an interesting show. Though the third one kind of gets into like why
they were sent down there.
No, why the world, like how it all happens.
Yeah,
and it kind of ties together, and it gets a little kind of sci-fi. Well, I mean, it is sci-fi, but like it gets a little crazy. But no, it's good-ish. I'm enjoying it. Let's see, what else am I watching? Rain, I caught up on like about 4 or 5 episodes, which I know you haven't watched, but I like it. Oh, and I started watching Prison Break with Fauna on Fridays because we finished our Z Nation a few weeks ago. And Prison Break's pretty good. We almost finished the first season last night.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
I know a lot of people really like it.
Yeah. But yeah. That's about it.
Okay. Let's just scroll down. Oh, random.
No, we totally watched Willow last week.
Oh.
We talked about this when we recorded last time, and it didn't record. So yeah, so I've been somehow it came up, the movie.
Lauren.
Yes, and I asked Lauren, our sister-in-law, if she's seen it. She's like, no, and I'm like, what? Like, how have you not seen it? This is a classic. Now, I'm pretty sure it's a classic. Maybe it's just our age group.
Well, she's like, what, 22?
She's like 8 years younger than us. Me.
Yeah.
10 years younger than you. No.
It's totally a classic. We used to watch it, like, on Saturdays.
I know. It's a good one.
As a family.
And so, like, she's like, what? Anyway, so we tried to find it. We tried to find it at Family Video. They didn't have it. It's not on Netflix. Whatever. So then a guy at work owned it, so he borrowed it. We got to borrow it, and we watched it, and it was great.
I think it's in the $5 bin at Walmart.
I think we might have to
buy that.
Buy it, because Chloe thinks he's so cute. Because he's so little. I'm like, oh. But Joe's like, this is kind of like Lord of the Rings-ish, and all the scenery and stuff. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's not as...
Watch that, and then the cartoon Lord of the Rings.
I don't think I've seen that.
I think you have.
The cartoon Lord of the Rings?
They're bad. They were like cartoons, kind of like they would show them with the Willow, Wind in the Willow, the Frog and Toad movies, and then you'd have the Lord of the Rings. They're bad. But still, totally 80s.
Yes, okay, I think I remember that. But, yeah, so it was really fun just to rewatch that. Leah was being her normal...
What did Lauren think of the movie?
Huh?
What did Lauren think of it?
Oh, she didn't watch it. We just watched it as a family.
Oh, I thought you guys got it so she could watch it.
I was like, she should watch it, but no, we didn't. She's also one that I tried to make her watch, or I tell her she should watch Buffy, and she's like, I've watched the first episode, and it's just strange. I'm like, you just have to get past the 90s of it. Like, it'll be okay.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love watching it, like, the whole, like, Clueless dressing, like, the Clueless movie. That's one of my favorite
Clueless
movies.
is another movie that's, like, a classic. I wonder if she's seen that. I'll have to ask her.
Anyways, so Buffy is funny. And I was like, I told Madison, I was like, when she watched it, I'm like, this is the original vampire thing. This is way before Twilight and way better than Twilight.
Yep.
Okay, so randomness. Lou?
Now I can hear you.
Okay, so Thursday, is that where it cut off?
We're about to talk about random randomness.
Okay, random randomness. Our school is almost done. So Thursday, Andy and Madison and the high schoolers went to Kennywood, which is an amusement park in Pittsburgh, for their class trip or whatever. And then Friday was school days at the Del Grosso, another amusement park in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And I went with Bella, so that was yesterday. It was so hot. I'm not even funny. And the water park wasn't even opened.
Mm.
Like, it's opening today because, you know, it's Memorial Day weekend, so they don't open it till today. But
that stinks.
not that I would have wanted to take kids on a field trip to a water park. Yeah. I was, like, freaking out going just to an amusement park.
Everyone was safe, though?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of parents went, and then they would let their kids just run around at an amusement park. And this is not one of those amusement parks that you sign it, that you have to, like, pay to get in. It's open. You pay for the ride. Or you buy a wristband and you can ride all the rides. It's like, I was freaking out. And there were so many kids and so many schools there. It was insane. So, like, I had some of the kids that I picked up from the school, and I was like, I know that everyone else is running around, but their parents are here to let them, and you're my responsibility, and I don't let Bella run around, so you get to hang out with me and Bella. But I think they minded because we rode all the rides they wanted to ride, so.
I'm sure they were happy to go.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
And we got Dippin' Dots.
Ooh.
Because it was so hot. Like, it had been cold. Like, we were, like, last week, we were wearing, like, coats and sweaters and turning the heat on. And then now it's, like, so hot. I was down, like, when I came home yesterday, I put on my booty shorts, and I, like, just wore a tank top. It was so hot.
Yeah, we've had some crazy weather, too, where it's been cold and hot and muggy. We had a day where it was so muggy, like, I was like, I don't even know if I should open the windows or not, because we've been, like, the past week or two, we've opened the windows, and it's been pretty, you know, decent. But I'm like, I think we're supposed to have a hot summer, and this is not going to be fun.
Well, we are actually debating I think we're going to, after we're done podcasting, put our air conditioners in our window, because we don't have central air. So we're going to put the air conditioners in, because it's that hot.
Yeah. It's just amazing how fast it can go from that. So we got handed down, well, from Joe's mom.
You got candy?
No, got from Joe's mom a bigger pool. Like just a, you know, the metal frames you put up. They're not like permanent or anything. But it's an 18-foot compared to our 12-foot one. And
Bella
it's
was wondering
deeper.
about that.
So we're going to have a rockin' summer.
Well, Bella was hoping that when we come on the 4th of July, that it's not cold, because last year it was cold, and she wants to swim because we only have, like, a small hard pool for her to, like, stand in, and that's about it.
I need to eat lunch first.
So she wants to swim.
Sorry.
If we could fit a pool, I would, but we can't.
No, it'll be fun. So yeah, we'll have that set up. And Joe's been thinking of maybe making a, if you use, I forget exactly what, but like a black hose, and you attach it to a board, like in, you know, just like snaking back and forth, and like set it on a timer, like a half-hour timer, and put it, I think he said with like some sort of pump, but like every half hour it like pumps it into the pool, and it filters it through, so the black hose gets heated by the sun.
I saw that on Pinterest.
Yeah, some guy at work did it too, and was telling Joe about it last year. So I think he wants to do that, which I'm like, it's not a bad idea.
That is a really good idea, actually.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. We'll probably do that in the next few weeks. Now that it's getting hot out.
I've actually seen those contraptions like around here, and they must work. It looks like a ramp with this black snake on it, basically, is what it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not pretty or anything, but if it works, whatever.
Yeah.
We are also going to be going out of town and visiting Joe's sister this weekend. Well, tomorrow. And going to Rendezvous. Not dressing up or anything this time.
Oh, I asked if you're going.
No, because I'd have to, like, sit down and sew new stuff for everyone because everyone's grown.
Stinking growing.
I know. They got to stop. So my sidekick wheel. I've been noticing, like, a clunking sound. And I originally thought, you know, I just had to adjust some things. And I did. And, like, I tightened up some bolts. Like, I thought, like, you know, because wheels can get loose if, whatever. You know, you got to do things, and oil them and clean them, whatever. So, like, I did that a while ago. And I thought it, you know, sounded okay. And then I hadn't spun for months in a while. And then I had let Lauren borrow it. Or not borrow it. She would spin on it here. She did a few projects on it. But, like, I kept noticing it clunking. And I'm like, that really shouldn't be happening. So I decided to go look on the Shat website. And I guess, like, on the plastic or whatever they are wheels, because it's not a wooden wheel. It's the one with the turquoise wheel. I guess they said some of the certain ones when they made it, the glue that they put the hubs on, like, that actually is attached to, like, your treadle, so, like, it spins around, but, like, whatever, has come loose. So if you have that, they will send you the new drive wheel.
Oh, wow.
And you have to install it. So, like, I emailed them, and, like, I just had to, like, give them the information and, like, its serial number and stuff like that. And they're going to send me a new wheel and instructions on how to replace it.
Well, that's going to be an adventure.
Yeah. But, you know, so it's exciting. Because it would always, like, it almost, like, the treadles, you could, like, hold the actual wheel so it wouldn't move, but the treadles would move, like, a little bit. And so, like, that's what, like, kept making the clunking
I remember it being loud because I'm always like, your wheel is so noisy.
Well, my other one's noisy. It's clackety, but
you have the bobbin is because the bobbin is.
But I was looking up at some stuff on that too, and they're like, really, that's not a big deal. Wheels are going to be a little noisy. They said, like, you know, in a perfect world, they'd be whisper quiet and you'd hear, like, a whooshing sound. But, like, if you have a clackety bobbin, it's not gonna affect your spinning.
That's what I'm saying. Yours was your other one.
I think also it's a little more noisy because I have the poly bands instead of, like, a cotton drive band that I think would be a little smoother. But I don't care. They look cool, and I like the noise.
Well, it's kind of like that. I went to put on new nails the other day, and I was gonna put on the Latte Love because it's like the coffee cup and the coffee beans. And I pulled it out. Yeah, I pulled it out, and there was, like, a purple stripe. Like, it must have, like, printed wrong. Oops. So I messaged Jamberry, and they sent me they're sending me a new one, like, it already shipped.
That's
but
awesome.
Instead, I put on these.
These are fun. Which ones are those?
This is the June.
Is that the Canada one?
This is the Canada one, yeah. And then these are the June Host exclusives. They're like a purple and red paisley. And I put them on, and I wasn't sure if I would like them all that much, but I totally am loving them. And I'm sure you've seen, as through the whole podcast, I'm not doing anything but cutting paper.
Yeah.
Because I'm making, like, paper beads. And I have all this paper. Like, when I make my Fab Dories, I always include a starter notebook. And, like, I've been kind of taking, like, I have been sewing, but I kind of am also taking, like, a mini break. Now that the kids are home more, I want to try and do stuff, like, around them. So I've been making, like, paper beads, basically. Cool. So I'm taking, like, the leftover paper and cutting it into strips right now. But I also was at the Goodwill, and I found these like, books for 50 cents. these kids books. I actually found one Far Side calendar from from 88 or something. So I got that to use like the picture part as the beads, which is what these two are right here.
That's fun.
So that's kind of cool. And then I found this book called Purplelicious and Goldalicious, and like I opened it and they're like super bright. Like, so I like marked up the back. Like I took out, it was like one of those paper books that are like stapled. So I took the staples out. So I'm going to have like some really big beads because I'm going to like cut it. So one will be purple and green. I think that's going to be kind of fun.
That will be, I think.
So, you know, and I have these like things. They're like bead rollers instead of just using.
Did you make that? What is that?
I got it on eBay like a couple of years ago because I've made paper beads before, and I like to use them with stitch markers because they're super lightweight, but they can be like super bright. And so I got these bead rollers. I got like a set on eBay, but I'm using the smallest one, and it has like a little like cut in the metal, and you put the paper in, and then it just twirls really easily. And I got these like mini kitchen skewers, and that's what I'm putting them on to like paint them with the varnish.
And that's all you do? You don't have to put anything else on it? Do you glue them?
Oh, yeah, I glue the ends.
That's cool. Like, I've never made them. They sound fun, though.
I know, and all the videos I've seen, because I watched a ton of videos on YouTube, because you can learn anything on YouTube.
You can.
So this goes into the thing like that, and then I twirl it a little bit. Wait, let me actually do it. So I twirl it a little bit, and then I put a little bit of glue right here to like glue it to it, and then wind it all the way up, and then I glue the very tip, and then I put like a special, I mixed this, it's called Julie's Diamond Glaze. I put it in here and I mix it with water, so it's like, it's not like a puffy paint, it's more like a finish.
Okay.
So, and then I paint it, and so then they're like waterproof, and not waterproof, but they're like shiny and sealed.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's what I'm doing right now. But anyways, all the videos I've seen are like, oh, I used to do this all the time when I was a little kid. And I was like, I never did that until like a year or two ago. Like, I never heard about how to make paper beads.
I should show the girls how to do that. They'd probably love it.
YouTube. Amazing. Yeah, and then you can also just twirl it around a knitting needle, or just, you know, the videos will show you how to do it, but it's kind of cool. So right now I'm just like cutting papers. See?
Yeah.
It's kind of fun, but that's what I'm doing. I mean, it's kind of lame. Oh, I got my fat fiber box. So this month was, I totally forgot. Like, we already recorded. I should know this. So I'm going to cover this, but look at this. It's a Space Cat sticker. It's kind of awesome. So I'm just going to kind of show you this stuff. So if you're a Fat Fiber contributor, if you contribute 50 or more items, you can get either like money back or a contributor box, which is basically a mixed box. So you get yarn and fiber. And I like to do it because I like to try all the fibers, and like I like to support the people who submit to Fat Fiber. So like at Christmas time, I like to see if they have fiber clubs and stuff like that. And like I've gotten Lefarian Fiber Arts. I had a back club from her, and I really liked it. You know, stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. And I mean, you get to like play with all this awesome fiber.
Yeah.
And yarn. Like the yarn I like to add to my sock yarn blanket, and then you also get like patterns, stuff like that. I love Fat Fiber, and I mean I would go through it and show you, but then our podcast would be really, really long. And if you go to my Star Knits Facebook page, I have linked to the Fat Fiber preview video where Chris, who's the lady who took over Fat Fiber from Jessie, she does a preview video now, and it's really good. And it shows you like what is in it, and it also shows you like what you can win if you purchase from anyone who contributed this month. Each item you purchase puts you in the drawing for to win the big box. And also I think they have like gift certificates that you can win too. So it's kind of cool. Like I like it because it's like supporting indie artists.
Yeah.
And
it's a good way to sample different things and stuff too.
Yeah. And when we recorded last, I was wearing my new Star Wars T-Furry shirt. And T-Furry had, they got new women's sizes. Because they used to have, the women's sizes were basically juniors. Yeah. So they were really tight and small. Like, you can see how, like, the sleeves on mine are, like, super short. So the new ones, oh my gosh, I love them. They're, like, longer. So I don't have to wear a tank top under them because for whatever reason, they think girls and women want to show their midriffs or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. It's longer, and the sleeves are a little bit longer, and it's, like, more room.
That's exciting.
It is. So I went today, and they have the Deathly Hallows. There's a book, a sword, a wand, something else. I ordered it.
Very cool.
Today only. Anyways,
I'll have to be strong.
That's my labeling for the day. Oh, I'm looking at my notes now. So they scheduled my surgery for June 9th.
Okay.
So I just wanted everyone to know they could send good thoughts my way, prayers. I've been kind of like
avoiding?
Freaking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, avoiding, but freaking out at the same time. Like, my brain is not processing things, which is another reason why I've been doing these paper beads, because sewing, I can't, like, process sewing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to cut more bags and sew more, but I need to be there when I'm sewing so I don't mess up what I'm doing. So, paper beads it is. And, but, I mean, I did take photos, and I do want to do an update. So, I have bags that I've made, you know, because the Waynesburg show that I went to, it rained the whole weekend, so it was really slow. Like, it was a nice weekend and fun, but it was really slow. So, I do have a lot of bags that I can list.
That's cool, though. Yeah. Updates are good.
I've officially started making iced coffees.
Yeah, it's summer.
I have a Ninja coffee bar, and I made it. It's so good.
Does it brew different things for you? That's cool.
It has like a button to brew regular, a button to brew specialty, which would be like espresso like and stuff, and it has a button for a rich brew, so it like brews it better, and then it has a button to brew over ice. And that's what I did, and it tastes so good. And it's just the same coffee that I use normally. I don't know how they do it, but it's amazing. If you're thinking about getting a new coffee pot, Ninja Coffee Bar is the way to go.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. So, anything else going over? You have notes on there. Wheel Spa Day.
Oh, yeah. I cleaned my wheels and cleaned them up. It had been a while. I realized that, you know, it was all dirty and stuff. So I figured I would do that. So give your wheel a spa day. It will like you.
I need to.
Yeah, and just that school's almost over. I can't believe, you know, we've had a lot of end of year, like, you know, last band concerts, and Leah just had her 5th grade graduation thing, which was fun.
For Bella.
Well, because she's moving into a new school, you know. So we had a banquet. They like provided the chicken, and then it was like a potluck dinner, and then they all got, you know, little, not diplomas, but whatever. Yeah. And everyone sent in like a baby picture and a now picture, and there's like a slideshow. So it was cute and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
I swear. My
So
computer
baby pictures
hates
are
me.
cool.
What?
Leah liked hers because she was a cute baby.
Yeah. She had to pick it out.
We
would
make cute babies, like our families.
We totally make cute babies. Yeah, so
Like
hers
every
is...
picture I see of baby Jude, I like die.
That kid is adorable.
And then even like when Truby was little and Madison and Bella, like I have like a photo frame that runs and I'm like, oh, they were so cute.
They all really were. And now they're just old big kids.
I forgot to tell you. So I'm all about like making sure the girls are like strong, independent women. So I didn't realize that they actually listen because Madison has had a crush on this guy that's in school with her, and she has like balls of steel. I'm not even kidding. She wrote him a letter, like he broke up with his girlfriend broke up with him or whatever. So she wrote him a letter like confessing her undying love or whatever. Not really. I'm like making it more dramatic than it is, but it's still pretty dramatic because he was like, oh, he's like, I just, just got out of a relationship. I'm not really, he's like, I'd like to get to know you better first type of thing. Aww. And she's like still talking to him. Like if that was me, I would be like dying of humiliation and never talk to him again.
She is a very straightforward, outgoing child.
I know.
Well,
I'm so proud of her.
Young woman, I guess. I mean, what is she? 16 now.
Yeah. She was driving the other day, and I like freaked out. So she was like, "Mom, you're always yelling," and I'm like, "I'm not yelling. I'm screaming. I'm like talking in a panic because I want to live.
I'm screaming for my life."
But pretty much that's the way it is. Seriously. Oh my gosh, because I'm like, slow down. Like freaking out because I'm like, you can't take a curve at 50 miles an hour. You have to slow down.
Well, your roads are crazy. I don't even want to drive in Pennsylvania.
But anyway, yeah.
Crazy.
It's been an adventure. But yeah, so I just wanted to shout out to Madison. Not that she watches, but I just think that's awesome.
That is. Braver than I.
Kids, they're crazy.
All right. We shall see you next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
Probably for a planning podcast.
Yeah, and it'll probably be
a couple days after. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me look at my calendar.
First is like Wednesday, so like Thursday or Friday.
Oh, yeah, probably Thursday is always a good day to podcast.
Yeah, but my kids will be home, so I'll have to banish them outside.
Oh, when's your last day?
Wednesday.
Okay. Well, whatever works.
It's not a problem because they're banished outside right now, so it works.
All right.
All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.